All right guys, so today I'm gonna show you guys how to make lamb liver and heart, and you can apply this to any liver and heart, actually tastes good. So I'm gonna show you the tricks that I've learned over the years. With nutrient density in our food declining, it's so important that we consume organ meats. I do this meal once a week. Organ meats are loaded with B vitamins, loaded with amino acids, loaded with vitamins and minerals. I'm gonna get the list popped up here. The nutrient density in organ meats surpasses any type of other type of meat that you can consume. This is something that I actually crave. When I initially did this, there was a little bit of a learning curve, psychological curve, because I didn't grow up eating tons of organ meats, but now I've actually craved them. Like I have to have this once a week. My body just has to have it. And I want you guys to experience that as well. Okay guys, the number one thing that you can do to make liver or any organ meat taste the best ever is to get it fresh and not frozen. Now that's not gonna be convenient, but if you can figure that out, then it's going to change the game. And here's how you figure it out. You go to your local butcher and you ask them when they get their stock in, whenever they can get you fresh liver or heart or whatever organ meat that you're wanting to try to cook, right? And they will tell you, and that's exactly what I do. Now, is this super convenient? No, but what I've done is I've just kind of shaped my schedule around making sure I get all the rest of my meats and I pick up my organ meats all at the same time. So I just make it work for my schedule. So again, I know a lot of people like to take these capsules, but I'm just letting you guys know the amount of liver that would be in a bottle of capsules is nothing compared to what you can make at home, and the cost as well. And I'm not saying those capsules don't work, but eating liver fresh, or even if it's frozen in a liver meal once a week, you will get way more benefit from that than spending money on capsules. And again, I'm not against the capsules. I just feel that we are in a day and age where we actually need to incorporate a full liver meal in our diet. I also know that people like to do the mixes, that works too, but this is more of a meal that's just 100% organ meat. And again, I'm showing you guys how to actually make this so good that you crave it, that your body crave it, and like you have to have it in your diet. Like one of those things where you thrive for it. And this wasn't always me, okay? This wasn't something where I've always liked liver. I used to hate liver. I thought it was disgusting. I thought it was the worst thing on the planet. I took the capsules. I saw a little bit of benefit from that. But when I started doing this, the game completely changed. My sleep, my health, well-being, sex hormones, like everything went through the roof with this. And since we've incorporated this into the family as well, I'm having my third baby now. My wife is pregnant. She has had one of the best pregnancies we have ever had. And this is something she eats as well once a week. And we used to take the capsules. So I'm not talking crap about the capsules. I just want you guys to understand that like, this does take a little bit of work. It's not super convenient, but you can shape your schedule around it so it becomes convenient and becomes easy for you. And once you learn these secrets, it will completely change your life. Like I guarantee that, guys. Like adding one big liver meal in a week, that's it. That could be a lunch, that could be a dinner. You could cut that up into two meals if you wanted to, just have a part of it for lunch, part of it for dinner. Will absolutely change your energy levels. It'll change your hormones. It'll change how you sleep. It will change your well-being, guaranteed. So again, the first thing is to find fresh liver that hasn't been frozen. Now, is that a make or break deal? No. But the fresher it is, the better it's going to taste, hands down. Now, here's the second trick. And what blows my mind with this is that like the heart is like connected to the liver. So this just trips me out because in my mind, I'm like, how are they connected? Well, right here, they're connected. So I gotta like look at an anatomy chart to figure that out. But now that you've got either your fresh or frozen liver, here's the next very important step. Get some nice kitchen scissors. These are all stainless steel, Japanese steel scissors that I have. And you cut it up, you slice it up into small, like tiny pieces. Like tiny pieces here, guys. Just like I'm doing here. The smaller the pieces, the better I found. Because liver can kind of have a texture to it. But if you can chop it up into small pieces, when you cook it, you don't cook it as long, because that's part of the process too, is you don't want to cook liver for a long time because then it gets all chewy and gamey. It kind of has a weird, can have a weird smell too. But if you chop it up into these small pieces like I'm showing you here, And then you cook it the way I'm gonna show you how to cook it, which is basically just like flash fry it in tallow. Man, it's so good. And the texture just like melts in your mouth. And I mean, it's just the best thing ever. Like, it's just like, I crave it. Like, I have to have this in my diet. So I'm not gonna bore you guys with this. We can just fast forward this and clip this out. All right, guys, as you can see, I've chopped up all this liver and heart into small little bite-sized pieces, just like this. Now, something you can do if you're not ready to like prepare it and cook it is you can actually take like 3 ounces of this and put it in like a glass container and freeze it. Or if you want to put it in Ziploc plastic, you can do that as well. I prefer to put things in glass. But you freeze like 3 ounces of it and then you pull it out and then you can like take it like capsules. And the nutrient density and the amount of nutrients you're gonna get is just gonna surpass anything you can buy in a capsule. When you start doing things like I just mentioned, or cooking it and preparing it and eating a lot of it once a week, or just freezing it and taking that a few times a week, when you research the benefits of liver and what it can do for your body, it's based off like this. It's not based off the capsulated formulas. So I know I keep talking about the capsules, but I just think people think they're getting the same benefit from liver in those capsules than if they did what I'm showing here, which is like taking the time to find it fresh or frozen, whatever, but preparing it in certain ways. So this is a way that you can prepare it to where you're basically taking a capsule and you're freezing it and you're just swallowing that and you're just getting that down without having to prepare it. But today I also want to show you guys how to prepare it. So here's our liver. As you can see, I've chopped it all up into small bite-sized pieces. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna spice it up, baby. Let's go, right? Let's put some spices in here. So that's the next step. All right, guys, so for the spices, you can use any spices you like, but this is what I like to follow. It's real simple. So I'm taking some garlic powder. This is something I got from Crucial Core Farms. I'm gonna take our Icelandic sea salt. This is the best sea salt I found that exists in the world ever. So Icelandic sea salt's going in the mix. Fresh organic cracked peppercorns. I'm gonna add some onion granules as well, organic onion granules, paprika powder, which is actually just bell pepper, red bell pepper ground down. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. And last but not least is cumin. Now, I used to not add cumin and it was totally fine, but my Egyptian buddy showed me cumin in the liver and he said like in Egypt, that was one of the main spices they used in it. And it's actually really good on liver, so I'm gonna add that in today. So let's go ahead and get this stuff added. I don't ever measure, so I'm just gonna show you guys how I do it, and then you guys can incorporate it however you want. One thing that I will say is that you wanna go light on the cumin. It's hard to go too heavy on the garlic and the onion and the paprika. Obviously the salt you could overdo, the pepper you could overdo a little bit. But with liver having, kind of the texture it has and the taste profile it has, if it's frozen, you definitely could go heavier on the spices. But when it's fresh, you really don't need to do that. You just need kind of like a light dusting of all these and get it massaged in like I'm about to show you here. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna add is the garlic powder. Now I'm just gonna dust the top of this pretty heavily. And if I was to guess, I would say I probably added about 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. Now granted, guys, this is over a pound of liver and heart, so it's not just a little bit. The pepper is gonna go in here like so. Just a couple little cracks of that. I'm gonna add more pepper at the end too. Same with the salt, because that's just how I roll. But spicing is kind of a personal preference. The onion granules. So I'm probably just gonna do about a tablespoon of that. I see there. Paprika. I'll probably do 2 teaspoons of this. And then with the cumin, probably the same as the paprika. Just about, well, this is coming out completely different. So this is probably actually gonna be maybe a teaspoon and a half. You don't need a lot of cumin. Cumin's very strong. I'm sure if you've ever cooked with it before, you don't need a lot of it. So that was about a teaspoon and a half. And last but not least, salt. So instead of opening that bag, my salt's in here. That Icelandic flake salt comes in flakes, so I like to crush it up. And I'm gonna do about a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons of salt. Ran out of salt there, so I got that. All right. And now as you can see, I've got all my spices added in like so. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna massage it all in like this. Now you can also soak this in raw milk if you don't want that like gamey texture. And if it was frozen, I definitely would do that. But with it not being frozen ever, I find that you don't need to add any milk to it. But that is a trick you can do if like the liver you're getting is kind of pungent and has like the liver taste. But for me, when it's fresh and the way I cook it, I don't get a liver taste. I just get like, it's more of just like meat. Yeah, I don't know how to really describe it. It's almost like sushi to me, like the texture of it. It's real similar to like some sushi, like some tuna or some salmon. And that's gonna be it. So our next step is I've been preheating my pan with beef tallow, and I like to add a generous amount of beef tallow. I add about 4 tablespoons of beef tallow to my pan, and that's just been heating up behind me. And I'm gonna show you my cooking technique on how I kind of like get that evenly distributed. And it's literally done in like 2 minutes. All right, I'm gonna mix all this up and then we're gonna go to the next step. All right, so we've got our pan here that's preheating. I'm adding a little bit more beef tallow. So I'm adding about 4 to 5 tablespoons of beef tallow in here. I'm gonna let that completely melt. All right, so as we can see, this tallow is almost completely melted from what I just added. I like to use wooden utensils when I use stainless steel. I don't really like silicone. If I have my choice, you know, one thing I would say is that like I had to like kind of pull all this off. I'm sure some of this might get in my food. Nothing's ever 100% bulletproof there, but at least this is not Teflon. At least this is not plastic. So I just always want to stay away from that. Here's how we're gonna do this. We're gonna add this liver. As you can hear by that sound, this oil is hot. But add it all in at once. And I really this is how I do it. I like to press it down. And that just helps get that oil around everything. Okay, so I'm just kind of pressing this and letting this get like a nice sear on this one side. And since I've added about 4 tablespoons of tallow, it's kind of frying it, right? You can see the oil here. It's coming around the sides of the liver and the heart. I let that go for about 2.5 minutes, 2 minutes. And then what I like to do is I try to flip it over like a pancake. I try to. It doesn't always happen like that, but I'm just gonna show you. So I try to like get where I am here, get as much as I can, and just kind of turn that over. And you can see it's nice and brown on that one side. Bam, like that. Not always gonna get all of it. And that's similar to like, you know, like a sear on a steak, right? Like you just flip it on each side. And some people will say it's done now, and they'll just pull it like that. It'll still be kind of red, but other people want to cook it a little bit longer. But the key is to just not overcook it. All right, and that's it. It's done. So I've completely moved it off the heat here, and it's still obviously cooking just a little bit because the pan's still warm. And voila, that's it, guys. This is ready to go. It's like this piece is perfect. You can see the inside. It's pink. It's not red. It's so good. All right, guys, so here's my finished liver meal. I'm gonna show you guys everything that I have inside here. So I've got the liver and heart that I just showed you guys how I prepped. I got the liver and heart right here. Show you guys what I just prepped. And then I have some coconut and bean rice. This is something I made last night. So I use coconut milk to cook the rice, and then I add kidney beans to this to finish it off. And then this is just some fermented vegetables from my garden. This is actually celery and carrot. And this is what I'm gonna have for lunch. Now obviously I have quite a bit of the liver meal left over, but I have a family of 4, and so they're gonna consume the rest of it. And hopefully this will be the snack that the kids get home from school, and then when my wife gets home from running errands, she'll be able to have this as a snack as well. And then we'll be gobbling up all of this liver and heart. And yeah, there we go, guys. So this is just an easy way to prepare this, showing you guys how to prepare it the way I love it. And it tastes so good. So super excited to be able to share this with you guys. And yeah, if you have any questions or comments, just leave those below and I'll answer them. And yeah, bon appetit. How's it taste? ¿Es muy bueno?
Muy bueno.
There it is, guys. That's our lovely maid who comes and helps us get this house clean. And I was preparing this and I gave her some, and you saw the testimonial, so it's not just me. She likes it too. So I hope you guys are encouraged to try this out and give it a go.